What is going on, guys? Jin here from CZeroMedia. In today's episode, we're going to give you a quick update on the Dodge Ram. If you remember from the previous video, I PR15 and did some rust proofing on the Dodge Ram, especially under the truck, and I also did Raptor liner on the bottom side of the truck, bottom half of the truck should I say. For some reason that video went viral and has like 2 million views or close to that, and a lot of people asking me to do an update video on how the PR15 and Raptor liner has performed over the past few years. So that is what I'm going to cover today. And real quick before I go over the truck, I wanted to show you a new LED headlight bulb I installed by a company called Bosslat. And what's cool with their system, because there's a lot of color changing LED headlight bulbs out there, is that this does not need a controller inside your truck. It does not need to be synced to your Bluetooth on your phone or anything like that. It simply triggers color change by turning on and off your headlights. So let me just show you how that works, because I think it's pretty cool. All you have to do to change color is you hit the light once, and then next time you hit it, it gets a little more yellow, and the third time it gets even more yellow. How cool is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Before I talk about the PR15 and the Raptor liner, let me just say that this truck has been extremely reliable. It's at 159,000 miles now, and I have not really had any major issues aside from basic day-to-day maintenance items. The KO2s I put on here has been amazing. Road noise on this has been pretty minimum. Highway driving, no problems, and I've never had flat or any kind of issues with these. If you notice, I flipped the tires inside out. The white lettering is now on the inside and the black is outside because I wanted to minimize the camber wear on the back. You can adjust the camber up front but not in the rear, so I just wanted to make sure everything was wearing out evenly. I just put on brand new brakes, rotors, calipers, and lower ball joints, both on driver's side and passenger side on the front of the truck. Everything has been great on the truck. Rust prevention has worked pretty well, but a little spoiler alert, because this might be one of the last Dodge Ram videos I might film here on YouTube, because I have picked up a new daily driver for the winter time, which I'll cover in another video. Onto the truck, right? If you remember, I Raptor linered the bottom half of the truck and sprayed PR15 under the truck. So we'll start with the side of the truck, as we're next to the truck right now. As you can see, the bottom half was Raptor linered and it is extremely durable, no issues whatsoever. Everything is on there and I'm super happy with it. On the front side, you can notice here there's a slight chip, and that I believe mostly is because I did not prep the surface. You can see that that's still truck paint there. Like any paint job, paint surface prep is the most important when you're painting anything. And if you notice in the installation video or painting video, I did not sand down these particular areas simply because I couldn't get to it. I did use the adhesion promoter, but apparently that wasn't good enough for Raptor liner to stick to the body of the vehicle. And also this is plastic as opposed to that's metal. Raptor liner seem to stick to metal a little better than plastic, which I'll cover in a little bit here. Front end of the truck, as you can see here, has held up beautifully over the years. And in case you weren't aware, I beat the crap out of this all year round. I take this truck to the lake, I take it on my road trip, I definitely drive it hard in the winter time. I definitely drift it in parking lots and sometimes even in intersections. So I definitely drive this hard, and it does see abuse. Now coming to the rear though is where there is definitely slight wear and tear. Raptor liner did not bond well to this material. Even though I sanded it down and used adhesion promoter, it did not stick to it. Bottom half here is still kind of on there, but I would assume over the years this would come off. In my mind, this did not stick well. And also here on the plastic bumper, Raptor liner is coming off like that. So I'll say Raptor liner is best to use on metal surfaces. Another example of the Raptor liner not exactly sticking to a surface is these fender flares. As you can see, there's still some left on the edge here, but most of it has come off. But for some reason, front passenger side fender flare has withstood just fine. There's no chipping, there's no peeling, and it looks like the day I sprayed it, so I don't know what's going on there. And you can see here on the side too that some has come off, but again, that's because of my lack of preparation. So remember to prepare every surface by sanding it down and using even like a Scotch-Brite to rough up the surface. I'm sure you get a better results if you did that instead of just using adhesion promoter and spraying it with Raptor liner. And now here's some of the problems I'm just noticing. Some of the rust is penetrating through the bottom of the door, it seems like. Even though I put Raptor liner, rust is coming through it. Now the fun part, we're going under the truck. Just a random Asian dude in a white t-shirt laying down on the ground in a parking lot with a lifted truck. Here we go. Alright, so here's what it looks like under the truck. I used PRR15 for the chassis side of things. So this was all PRR15, but it looks like rust is still starting to penetrate through. Same with the frame on the body. This is all PRR15, but it looks like it was more of a temporary solution than a permanent solution, I would say. Another area where rust is penetrating through is on the side here. I believe I PRR15 this first and then use the Raptor liner, but again, it is still penetrating through. So that is a quick update on how everything has held up. But then again, you gotta consider the fact that I'm in Midwest in Michigan. I drive this in probably one of the worst conditions in the US, in the salt, in the mud, all throughout winter in negative like 20 degree weather. So this truck does get used, and Dodge Ram is not very well known for a truck that is rust proof, right? A lot of Dodge Ram out there is rusting, and that's the reason why I use PRR15 and Raptor liner to try to prevent the rust. But it seems like on some spots surface rust is penetrating through. I feel like this is something that's a temporary solution, not a permanent solution. Like any rust, it's cancer. If you want to completely get rid of it, you gotta literally chop off the metal and re-weld it with a brand new piece of metal. That's the way I would do it if you're that serious. Like if you're building a classic car, don't skip the process if you see rust. So that was just a quick update on where we go with the Dodge Ram, how it has withheld. I'm gonna go ahead and sand everything down, all the rusty spots, and hit it with off-the-shelf 3M undercoat just to make sure everything is protected. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the update. See you in the next episode. Peace. Oh, and by the way, I did take the cap off because I bought a dirt bike. If you guys have seen my previous videos, and I wanted to load up the dirt bike in the back. What do you guys think though? I think I like the look. It looks like a fake Raptor now.